Coming up, we are going to share our holiday joy with you. Live from the Bob Varley studio, not live from the Bob Varley studio in Orlando, Florida, this is The Diz Unplugged. This is The Diz Unplugged, episode 919 for the week of December 6th, 2016. The Diz Unplugged is brought to you by Dreams Unlimited Travel, experts at helping you plan the perfect Disney vacation. Visit them on the web at www.dreamsunlimitedtravel.com. Hey everyone, welcome to the show this week. Well, it's not actually happening this week. This is a pre-recorded episode, I am sorry to say. For most of you that won't matter, but we are currently sailing the seven seas on Podcast Crew 6.0, at least one ocean.
All seven of them? Right?
If not seven seas, then at least one ocean. I know that for a fact.
I'm at home.
Julie's not there. Steve's not there.
Steve's at home too.
But they're not here right now. Not yet. I am your host today, Craig Williams, and I am joined alongside by the one and only Teresa Eccles.
Hey.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho. Okay.
Hello.
Steve Porter. Rhino Clavin.
Hello.
Ho, ho, say
Hey,
it.
whoa. Oh. Hey-o.
Julie Martin.
Hey, y'all.
And back on the controls, Oliver Green.
Hello, everyone.
Changed his
Hi.
name just for the Christmas season.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Oh, I see what you did.
Reading's
It's
Yeah, I
festive.
just see that.
Yes, so I guess before we get started too far, of course, I am not Pete. Pete is still getting over his illness that he had the week before Podcast Cruise, and so I am filling in for him today. So hopefully he will be fine by the time we set sail.
Why am I sitting in John's seat? Where's John?
John, I believe him and Kevin last night were at Barbra Streisand.
In Tampa, I
want
believe,
to,
right?
out, not in
Okay.
Orlando, at Tampa. So I believe they were going to the concert, then spending the night, and
With Barbara?
With Barbara.
With Barbara.
Wow.
Whoa. Babs.
They're still basking in the glow of it all.
the
Okay.
biggest VIP tickets that you can find.
So maybe they were.
Are
They're
we
sharing a bowl full of cherries, am I right?
are we just going to go over the whole list of everyone? Where's Kathy?
I'm assuming at a Disney theme park.
Where's Corey?
Getting a haircut.
Okay, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
Now we know where everyone is. So we are all good to go. Yes, today's episode is going to be a very fun episode. Because we were pre-recording this, we figured let's go make it a little different. We're doing this so early that it makes no sense to cover news right now because it would be out of date by the time we get to you. So instead, we are going to share, as I said earlier, our holiday joy, which I know we are having fun. And what do I mean by holiday joy? Well, if you could only see the massive amount of holiday treats that we have on this table, holiday treats that is, plus lemon meringue pie, then you would be very impressed because
That's a
Maybe
holiday
it's
treat.
a holiday treat from where
No.
he comes from.
Well,
We make that in my
usually
family.
lemon meringue or lemon icebox pie would always be at Christmas or Thanksgiving, at least at my great-grandmother's
I,
house.
Yeah,
I
my grandma
expected a flaming plum pudding from you where we could all...
all I'm going to say about the about what I brought in was at least I baked mine myself. There are
Yes.
some things on that
Ooh,
table.
I didn't even say anything.
Oh.
You're throwing me under a
Oh
bus
my
already.
gosh.
Some things on that table.
Wow, I just defended you.
Which-
You're right. Lemon meringue is garbage for the holidays.
And so I guess it's also time that we should mention we will also be practicing in some Seinfeld Festivus traditions, including the airing of grievances with each other, as well as our holiday treats.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Yes, because it's not quite Christmas yet. So we're going to celebrate Festivus today. We broke out the Festivus poles. They are all around holding the cameras up.
Poles
and-
is the word you were...
Poles. What did I say?
It sounded like you said pools.
Pools?
Pools.
Poles? Okay. So, but before we get to all that, we still need to go over housekeeping and the normal stuff. And so let's start off by talking about what is happening this week on the different Diz Unplugged shows. So we will start with the Disneyland edition, as always, which is live on Sunday nights at Mixler.com. I don't know what else. At 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this week on the Disneyland edition, listener Jim returns with a trip report from his Disneyland
If that's
vacation.
his real name.
It's spelled Jymn, but pronounced Jim from what I'm being
Like
told.
him?
Yes.
Like a him.
Very.
Rhymes with
Yes,
him.
exactly.
Yeah, rhymes with him.
Yes. So you can find that on iTunes, DizUnplugged.com, and everywhere you normally find the Disneyland edition on the show. Also, on Mondays, we have the Dreams Unlimited Travel Show. And I believe this week on the Dreams Unlimited Travel Show is part 1 of Tracy's look at Celebrity Cruise Line. I don't remember which ship she was on.
I couldn't remember what ship we're travelling on Sunday earlier on, so asking me what the ship was they were talking about. It is definitely Tracy's experience, though, on
Yes.
Celebrity.
On a
I can
Celebrity.
confirm that.
Yes, her first time cruising Celebrity, so she's going to be sharing that. And, of course, you can find that youtube.com/Dreams Unlimited Travel, as well as DizUnplugged.com and the rest. That leads us up to Tuesday. This is happening right now. Wednesday, it's a little bit of a toss-up. Correct, Oliver?
Yeah, so Wednesday is, of course, the best and worst show. It's due to the way things work. These are obviously pre-recorded, the best and worst shows, and we've not got around to recording that batch yet because of illnesses and holidays and whatnot. So I can't say for sure, but what I believe it will be, and don't hold me to this, is how to battle Magic Kingdom in busy crowds. So, which is, very good for this time of year. So it'll be our top tips for getting through a busy day at Magic Kingdom.
Very nice. Well, you can find that at our YouTube channel as well, too, on Wednesday at 1 o'clock p.m.
Or
That is correct.
if you're a Patreon subscriber, you get that show early, right? No,
No.
not that
because
week. Just
we've not-
kidding.
We've
No.
not pre-recorded them yet, right?
That would have been yesterday.
I was like, perfect segue, and fell off that vehicle.
Would you like to say anything else about Patreon?
Well, Patreon is our subscription service that people can sign up for, and you pledge any amount of money that you're willing to give us. That helps us go into the everyday costs and whatnots that we undertake to provide you with all the content that we do, all the videos on YouTube, the podcasts, all that stuff, and you get exclusive content. So there's a lot of exclusive vlogs. You get early access to some stuff, and you'll get just random stuff too. I always am. In Oliver, we're always updating with random stuff. Like right now, you get to learn how to make a holiday beverage if you're a Patreon subscriber that I made last night. So, it's fun
Speaking
stuff.
of holiday beverage, I need a drink. Water.
Christmas water.
Yes, so remember Patreon this holiday season.
Yes. And
The
we
perfect gift.
we do thank everybody for their support. It does mean a lot.
For their patronage.
The Patreonage.
If you've always wondered what gift to give us the gift.
Well, if you're wondering what gift to get your loved ones this holiday season, we do have our very own Diz and Diz Unplugged merchandise
We
site
do.
on tpublic.com/user/thediz, where you can get
little
t-shirts
infomercial.
like the one I'm currently wearing, but you
We
can't
can't see
see.
it.
And if you're listening, you wouldn't be able to see anyway. So, but there's a lot of cool designs, mugs. You can get laptop cases, all that stuff. There's a little merchandise review video on our YouTube channel as
Yes.
well. I'm
And-
sorry to get off track of what the
it's
shows were, though.
Really great designs by Will Perry.
Yes.
And
Very talented.
very, very good
Very
stuff, so.
talented. That was very clever.
Perry.
He's very talented. And of course, on Thursday will be the Universal Edition. And, normally we like to skip out and not do shows if they have to be pre recorded. But this week we will be doing one. What that is, I don't know yet. I will come up with it in the next 2 hours from now. And you will see that at Thursday at 1 o'clock, DizUnplugged.com. And Friday, Dizpop Rhino.
Yes.
What do we got?
Finally, we will have the must-watch holiday viewing episode for Christmas-timey movies.
Didn't you
this
talk
week.
about you were going to do that like a month ago?
Well, I was going to do it for Thanksgiving, a Thanksgiving one, but there were only like 3 Thanksgiving movies I came up with, and I would have had to rewatch. Like, I've seen them, but I
Oh, I would
it's not like a.
them. How sad.
I would have.
Sorry.
Well, I watch all the Thanksgiving Friends episodes, so it would have been an episode of me just talking about Thanksgiving Friends, which I could have done.
Yes, totally.
But
Oh, really?
I forgot what I did instead. There was a movie. There was Moana, and then there was another
Fantastic
movie,
Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. So those ended up overtaking that show. But it'll finally happen this Friday, if you're listening to this right now.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, as we
This
all
all talking in the future is getting me confused.
yeah, it really
I
is.
did record a different episode last night, so that's why I'm like, what?
Well, we know movies are one of the best ways to put you in the holiday spirit, especially here in Florida where it's way too hot year round. And one other thing to also help put you in the holiday spirit, of course, is baked goods and treats.
That segue was amazing.
I'll be here all
I
day.
saw it coming, and I was still
Yeah,
amazed.
I know. So, as I mentioned earlier, we have an array of treats and snacks here for us throughout the show. So, one of the things we want to do is kind of share with you our Christmas traditions, and in some cases, our brand new Christmas traditions, like Rhino's that he
No,
brought.
I brought two. I brought a brand new one and a one that we do every year.
And so, yeah, we will share with you what we brought. Not the recipes, unless we really want to get into it. I wasn't planning ahead for that. And
I brought my
why
recipe.
would- oh,
My mother
very
told me I
nice.
wasn't allowed when
No.
there was the other thing I was going to do. She said, "I'm not telling you how to make it.
Yeah.
I don't want you talking about it." Oh, thanks, Mom.
Okay. Good. I'm glad your mother's in on the season.
Little flowers in the attic there.
Yeah.
She put cyanide in the powdered sugar.
I was going to say
It's really
not.
powdered sugar.
Fantastic.
It was actually less oil in the soup.
So, yes, who we're going to do that.
Now.
We are going to do that right now. We're going to try them. We're going to let you know what we think of what everyone brought. And we are going to wrap that all in with what you can actually do at Disney during the holidays. Not in terms of that, but maybe with eating, with other things happening. Holidays around the world has kicked off since the last episode that we've done. And I know a lot of us have been over there quite a bit, enjoying all those festivities. So we will get started. Who would like to share their treat
Well, I
first?
feel like I should go first since mine is not homemade. So I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna start us off.
Let's start
Just-
off with the worst and get progressively
Yes,
better.
I'll go
That's
last.
what-
I don't know.
remember-
I already tried your lemon meringue pie, so I'm
Sorry,
not sure I
for
have the
mine,
worst.
someone needs to pick up those icings and start decorating.
Oh, yes.
As you're going along, so-
Should I do one and one?
Okay.
Oh, I
This is
can't
gonna be
talk
a
to you
messy
guys and
episode
decorate.
already.
Well, you don't
can't
have to. No,
multitask.
no. That's why Oliver already did his.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, you asked us to come up with a tradition, and in my family, I don't know that there's necessarily like a food specific one that we have a tradition with, other than my dad only knows how to make two things, and it was pigs in a blanket and mac and cheese, and neither of those did I make because there's another family favorite one that my mom does, the pickle ornament.
Oh, yeah.
The pickle gets hidden in the house, and whoever finds the pickle, you get the extra gift, and the extra gift is always the Linderball truffles here. So that's why I brought those, because that's a fun, important thing in my family.
I could have swore that the pickle tradition was whoever gets the pickle, who finds the pickle, gets to open their presents first.
I thought it was an extra gift. I thought it was
It's an extra gift.
I mean, regardless, it's a made-up
I'm not German.
Yeah, it's-
tradition.
it's
It's not
not
German.
real, but okay.
It's not German.
What
It's
is
a
it?
made-up tradition.
Oh, well,
just
there's a
got
tree.
attributed-
There's a tree covered in pickles in
Yeah,
Germany.
it got attributed to Germany somewhere along the line. It's
There
not
is
a
a pickle
tradition
tree,
that
you
they
are
follow,
correct.
though.
This is a tradition that got brought into my family when my mother married my stepfather. So this is I call it a Jeff tradition, and it's a very fun one. Then also my friend Billy brought us
Sorry, Steve was just right in the shot then. The worst part.
this holiday dessert. It's a panettone bread. Panettone. I don't know if
Hold
I'm
it
saying
up
that
above
right.
your
but-
face so everyone can see. There we go.
But it's basically this giant fluffy loaf of bread that has various like fruits in it. It's not like a fruit cake though, and I am obsessed with it. So now I went out and tried to find it everywhere. So everybody in my family is getting this for Christmas, and this is going to become part of our Christmas tradition. I got a limoncello one at my house, and there's traditional, and then I got you guys one. I just threw it on the ground again, but I don't know what it is because this one is so Italian because it's an Italian dessert, and I'm not Italian either. I apparently don't do any Irish traditions, but
There's some sort of cream running through it.
yes.
My.
There is.
Nothing on this box is in English, so I
No.
can't tell you
We
what's
have
in
no
it.
idea what's in
But
it.
there are raisins, there are cream. I always get nervous because I try to try a different brand every time.
This is the
Frosting's
Grand
hard to work
Ducal.
with.
Yeah, and so
Should we
it's-
try it?
Yeah, try it. Give it a try. I like it.
mind
It's very
touching it on
fluffy.
Steve's
it's
going in for it.
It was described as like you would have this with like coffee or tea, but that's probably just if you're from a garbage place like Oliver.
This feels weird. I feel like I'm cutting to people eating food, and it just doesn't feel
I like
right.
the people listening. The mouth sounds.
Oh yeah, it sounds terrible.
Do we have white frosting?
We do not.
Um,
Yeah, I know. I failed pretty hard on that one.
It doesn't taste bad. I'm not a fan of fruit.
I
and
won't
things,
continue
so.
to eat it, but it's not horrible.
Oh wait, what are we supposed to be eating?
I won't continue to eat it, or you said I will.
Teresa, tell me
we
what
are-
you think.
You know, store bought.
Is this what we're supposed to
Yeah.
be?
I also have to take a bite, but I can't take my hands off the
May I have the
controls.
red?
Oh,
excuse
you would like
me.
the red? It's definitely kind
it's
of.
not bad.
It's a mix between like an angel food cake and a coffee cake.
And this one's a
almost.
little different than the other ones I've had too, because the one I had on Thanksgiving is really good. That one was like $45 though, so I
Makes
was
me
not
think
buying
of
a $45
like
loaf of
a
bread.
cinnamon roll consistency.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very fluffy.
What are the little berry things?
Raisins, I think.
Raisins.
yeah. The one I had, they put different fruits. It's not always the same thing in it, but
Okay.
I had a limoncello one is the one I really like from Whole Foods.
That you didn't bring for us? Okay,
No,
cool.
because I was eating that one
The
myself.
Lindor-
I ate almost the whole thing.
Your
saw
Lindor
this.
truffle is excellent, by the way.
The peppermint ones are my favorite ones. That's why I got these ones.
Oh
I don't know.
I'm gonna.
It's my favorite tradition. You should see us. We like go crazy trying to find that pickle every year, like
Keep talking.
ripping apart.
So,
Looking for the
in regards to that, I would like to share with you because yes, there is the pickle tree
Find the pickle,
at
get
Epcot
the lint
in
balls.
Germany, the Germany pavilion, and lots of people go in. I even have a pickle because I saw it there. God, you guys are kids. Like I swear to, you're almost in
It's
your.
Ollie.
You're 30. And you're in your mid 20s. Grow up at some point.
I am 31.
That makes it worse. So, the pickle.
It was the structuring of your sentence. I have a pickle, and then it was just like full stop.
Oh my.
The pickle. So, yes, they sell it at the Germany Pavilion at Epcot. So, the story behind it is that, you know, it is a long-standing German tradition. Well, that is not the case. In the 1880s, Woolworth, the store that is no longer around. I've never seen a Woolworths before.
I've never heard of
No.
a Woolworth.
There is. and
Okay. You've never heard of Woolworth? It's like a dime store.
Yeah.
We
What's
used to
that
go
mean?
in and have
Not a
lunch.
5 and dime, just a regular dime.
We used to go there and have lunch on
Like
Saturdays
a Barney's
at
or
the-
something? Or like a...
No, not like a Barney's.
Interesting fact: there is a Woolworths in England still, and
There you go.
it's
is
now an
there?
online store only because the retail stores stopped bringing people in the door, so it's just online now. So
There you go. Well, they started selling glass ornaments that were imported from Germany, and a lot of them were in the shape of fruits and vegetables, and pickles were part of it. And that is where it came from. And then somewhere along the line, someone just created this story that it was an old German tradition, but
Somebody
in
gave
fact,
it a backstory.
most
Wikipedia
Germans,
did it.
most
Right.
Germans have no idea what anything is with the Christmas
that's
pickle.
funny.
But you are correct. Whoever finds the pickle on the tree first or wherever it's hidden gets an extra gift. So
Yeah, every year we
nice.
think it's going to be something different. It's always those Linder balls. So I'm excited. But, like, who doesn't like those? She usually gets the assorted pack. I do enjoy the peppermint ones the best, though. You can only get those ones this time of year.
Well, if you're gonna do peppermint bark. I didn't bring any, but Williams Sonoma makes
Oh,
a
that
great
makes
one.
some good one,
Oh my god, it's so good.
to quote one of my favorite SNL sketches, there's no beating your balls.
That's what I was thinking of this whole time. The SNL sketches.
in the chair now?
I attributed before I said it.
Right?
Well, I could have attributed it to my second grade
They're
class.
so moist. Okay, I'm not gonna go-
Okay. So thank
my
you, Rhino,
favorite
for
sketch.
sharing your traditions.
Thank you, everyone, for being garbage about it.
What
Hey.
was the
Hey,
other
it's
thing
like
you
a proper
made?
Christmas
Did
day.
you make something, or you just brought that?
No.
I just made something. I was busy making a drink for the Patreon people.
Okay.
Remember, we do allow airing of grievances today, so
Okay.
everything is fair game. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Fine.
I'll
But
go.
his
You'll go,
panties
Steve?
are in a
Yeah.
wad
Steve.
for sure.
Sorry.
My Grinch underpants.
Steve. Steve.
Yes. So I got a call last night at 9:30 from Craig that said you should bake something. So I didn't not know this was about traditions, but maybe it will be a new tradition of mine. So I went out.
It's even worse. It's not a tradition.
Well, I'll share a tradition later.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
So I made this little beauty.
It is lovely. It is really. It has a bunch of S's on it for Steve.
It's looks like an elf had to go to the bathroom or something.
You're really selling it.
so for the people listening out there, to describe it, it looks like some type of cream cheese or vanilla icing with a bunch of really thick red icing squiggles and then a bunch of really thin green
It's
There's also
icing
large
squiggles.
tube
who's
of
the guy who
Well,
drops the
what-
paint on the
what
canvas?
happened was I didn't buy the tips that you're supposed to like puncture the top of the icing with, and so I had to stab it with a knife, and then
You don't have those? Okay, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's nothing. I've been to his
Idea for a
house.
wedding present.
and so when I went to put it on top, it just came out the way it
Blobbed
did. But it is a pumpkin bar, and then I also made these, which are pumpkin cookies.
Those
with-
are really actually very good. I tasted
That's
mine.
I've
Oh,
seen
I
it.
know that one.
I've
There.
seen these at Publix. Look just like this.
no, he made them.
I trust him. Yeah.
What's the cream in the middle?
What?
It's cream cheese icing.
That's a
Needs more. It's a little thin.
that's
on
the
mine.
trick.
This is
Yeah.
Yeah. You didn't
That's
make
it.
like an ice cream cookie.
That's where you know if Publix made it, there would be like a lot more
yeah.
cream cheese. So,
And it would be more Crisco-y taste and not so cream cheesy.
but I
is actually
enjoyed this.
good.
This
Yeah.
is really good.
I want this
You did a
recipe.
great job.
Well, it's not really a recipe. It's just a pack that you buy. And then...
Oh.
It's nothing special.
He like ripped the pack off, dumped it in a bowl.
Oh, man.
Did you add butter and an egg?
Yep.
Okay.
Betty Crocker had to start somewhere.
I know.
She probably started with Duncan Hines.
Even Julia Childs.
Okay,
needed
now
a
to my
cookbook.
tradition. Should I share that?
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
so in my family, we do 7 fishes, even though we're not Italian. But on Christmas Eve, we have like smoked salmon and clams aren't fish, but we have clams and we have
Seafood.
it's 7 seafood dishes.
Was I talking to you about that the other day? Did you talk about that on one of the other shows? Somebody brought
Maybe.
that up, and in the YouTube comments, somebody showed gave me the history of what it actually was.
What are the other 5
That's interesting.
seafood dishes?
Oh, well, we do I think lobster, shrimp, cod, and one other one. I don't remember,
Carp?
but
No branzino in there?
I
Tuna.
don't even know what that is.
That's a fish.
Oh. But yeah, so we do that, and it's on Christmas Eve. It's not actually on Christmas Day, but it's fun.
That's
It's
kinda
kind of like
cool.
all little appetizers.
Yeah.
And so you're not repeating Thanksgiving.
yeah, and it's different because a lot of people when I tell them that they're like, "Oh, what? What is that? What do you mean?"
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
You
I
been
think
doing that
that's
your
really
whole
cool.
life?
Well, we did it. We started doing it I don't know, not when I was really young. Maybe
Okay.
5 years ago we started doing it.
Okay. Well,
But
that's
it's fun.
cool.
I like new traditions.
Okay, Rhino, just let it go.
Well, this is a new tradition right here. This little
know,
beauty.
right?
Just do me a favor and
no.
just hold it up sideways to the
Yeah.
camera so everyone can see
Jackson
the side
Pollock,
view.
that's
the
what it
side,
is.
sideways,
It's a
Jackson
sideways,
Pollock.
sideways.
No, like
Okay.
this.
There you go. Look at that.
He won't even allow us to taste it,
Oh,
guys.
please.
I
Let me
kinda
try
wanna
it.
taste
I wanna-
it.
I wanna try it.
No, you're gonna let us try it. Here's a knife.
Oh, wait. It's really
Teresa's
hard.
going in
Go with
for
her
it.
hands.
I need a knife.
Okay.
No, I had.
Sorry, I leaned in front of her
nervous.
camera. She's getting.
Oliver, do you want to talk about
What's the
yours while
green?
she's tasting
I do.
it?
Here you go. Careful,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
leaking.
So my
Is this a box set too?
what I brought in, and again, I'm kind of in the boat of I thought I just had to make something. I didn't know it was like a holiday tradition. So, but saying that, my grandmother makes lemon meringue pies all the time. So I'm sure at some point in my life, around this time of year, I've had a lemon meringue pie. So
Do you have a blowtorch?
I don't know. That was the oven, and that's why it tastes like sponge rather than a nice meringue on top. So. Yeah, it's not very promising. Oh, Julie's going to go in for
I'm
it.
gonna
Go
eat.
for it.
I have been eating
I'm
it.
gonna-
I've
try
I've
it.
tried some. I think it tastes like the smell of something you'd clean the toilet with.
Oh man, why
got
did you
that
say
same
that before I tried
consistency.
it?
No. You used real lemons?
I used yeah
No.
I used real lemon.
Well, I didn't know if you did. You use
No, I
like,
squeezed I
you
squeezed
squeezed
it
the
and
lemons
everything. Yeah,
yourself because you can tell it's very tart, and that's what it's supposed to be. It's good.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
you did
I
a good
did.
job.
It's tart.
I want
good,
to.
actually.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Thank you, Steve. That was very nice
Hang
of
on,
you.
let me
There
try
you
the
go.
meringue.
Thank you. I want to see what Craig thinks of my. Make sure you get some of the spongy meringue in there as well.
It's not mile high meringue, but it's good.
What do you think, Craig?
It looks a lot worse than it tastes.
Excuse me, I thought it looked quite
God.
nice.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid meringue.
No,
Okay.
no, I mean like it looked kind of like
Oh no, I mean it's
Jello-y?
literally solid.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying it.
It did look juicy. I'll give it that. It was very when I was like, well,
no,
I
it
wasn't
is.
guessing, but yeah, when you got it out.
It's solidified up since it's been sitting on the plate.
I
so-
think you gave.
Well, I
you're
think it's
giving
because
the
we took
meringue
it
a hard
out because
time.
you're maybe just for some reason there's juice sitting in the bottom, and when you pull it out, it let it sort of, I guess, thicken up a little.
Yep.
I like the meringue on top.
It left the moisture behind. I like it.
I think
I
it
don't
tastes
know.
good too.
Oh, there we go.
It's tart.
Right now in the competition, it's pretty heavy between Oliver and Steve.
Ooh.
Oh, you're about to be blown out of the water, guys.
I like the little.
Rhino's not feeling this.
I'm going to say the F word on this Christmas episode.
Do you not like
Fun.
not winning?
Fun.
Not having it.
Steve's Frankenstein dessert.
It's good. Try it.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's
Even
not
I'm
bad.
surprised.
Very quiet right now.
I kind of want to try it, but it's all the way over there, and I'm all the way over
it's
here.
good.
I'll bring you a piece.
I was
Okay.
about to say Steve could
It's
serve you.
okay.
I would like a small
Frosting's
piece.
a little thick. It's
But you wanted you wanted more frosting.
I know. Maybe on the
Yeah.
pump. It's
No,
good.
I do agree. The
Look at my
frosting,
poor gingerbread
the
face.
thickness of the frosting on that
I tried to.
would have also been
Potato
wonderful
In the cookie sandwich.
in the cookie. Wow. This is fun. I'm almost full already.
I know.
And
No,
we
you
still
better
have-
not be.
We still have 3 more desserts to go.
I
Is it
kinda-
your turn?
This is insane. Yeah, we can go. I think we're all decorated, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's decorated. Yeah, that's it. Just as
Sounds
the
like a
icing got warmer,
Murder
it just
scene.
yeah, like you look at
Look at her face.
Let me see yours. Mine turned into Duck Woman. I was going for the Botox lips, but it went into a duck bill. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a duck bill.
well, mine just is like
Whoa, yours is an autopsy.
it just
Yeah,
kinda
mine looks
started
like he
running.
jumped off a building and this is where he landed, so it was like a splatter situation.
And Steve,
Head splatter.
Okay.
His hair.
Oh, he did good.
is there a
Let's see.
competition? Because
What's
if
he
there
wearing?
is-
Was
Oh,
that
just a striped
brassiere?
shirt.
Oliver's gonna win because his actually looks really nice.
Well, he probably worked on it for 3 days.
Look at that.
Oh,
okay.
Perfect it
traditional.
is.
No. Here's the thing. Oliver got he got to do the icing first before we started. That's just gotten warmer and warmer.
Yeah, it just
and
ran out onto
yeah,
my cookie.
that's what happened to mine too. So
So you made these?
Steve,
yes, I made the gingerbread cookies.
Was it a box
From
or a
scratch?
Tell the truth.
It was not.
How much nutmeg did you use?
molasses.
I will not disclose family secrets.
I don't even know. Do you tear the bag opening from left to right or right to left?
Scissors,
Oh,
safety.
okay.
Steve's pumpkin bar thing is my favorite thing so far.
It's actually really good.
It is good, yeah.
Wow.
It's an
Looks
atrocious
are deceiving.
mess of a nightmare on top, but
Yeah.
very
You need
delicious.
to make
on the
that for
outside.
Christmas for your family.
That's a D in presentation.
That's actually like, that's really good.
I would eat it again.
Yeah,
What if we were just tricking you and the second you put it in your mouth, you
I
spit it
think your cookie is really good.
Oh, thank
These are
you.
good.
So, yes,
I'm not usually a fan of gingerbread, but
gingerbread is not
supposed to
necessarily
eat the
a
gingerbread
tradition of mine.
Bite his head off.
I
Why'd you make it?
why'd I make it? Well, okay, so my tradition
You called
is
yourself at 9:30 last night and
I
said,
called myself at 9:30 last night. No, so I don't bake. I love to cook, but I can't bake well at all.
"Yeah, I
my
remember
mom
2 years ago."
my mom is the master baker in the family, and
What?
I just
again, the 3-year-olds.
oh, I didn't even get that. Okay, moving on.
These two. Oh no!
Steve, it
Look
got
at them
Steve
all.
oh,
You just you told all of us we couldn't.
it's like broke
It's
off.
not Christmas without a little cursing.
I'm gonna have to remember to edit that.
Just put a bleep in. It's fine.
Yeah, that's all I'll do. Yeah, it could have been disastrous all over my computer. My mother does all the baking in the family, and her specialty is sugar cookies, as well as black bottom cupcakes. I love those. Okay, seriously.
Stop.
What? I don't know what
Yeah.
a black
Are they?
bottom cupcake
Are they?
is.
Black bottom-
No,
cookies
fat
or-
bottom girls. is what I was thinking. There was
Black
like
bottom cupcakes are kind of, they use regular cake mixture, usually to put in some chocolate chips and then cream cheese. And then bake them in little muffins.
Gotcha.
They are out of
They're
this
really
world.
good.
But her sugar cookies are the best. And
Are they crunchy or thick and moist?
she doesn't do thicker ones. She does hers on the thinner side. So after a day or two, they start to
little
get
bit
that little
crunchy.
bit of
Okay.
crunchiness to it.
That's okay.
But of course, the best part of Christmas sugar cookies is that you get to actually decorate them. So the tradition, while I like the cookies, when we were kids growing up, we would butcher a bunch of them, and then she would have to do the rest perfect. But it's one of those things like I can't wait for when I have kids and Kylie can learn to bake those sugar cookies and then we can all decorate them as a family. So that's why I chose these gingerbreads, because I thought we'd be able to decorate them. But the icing was a complete failure. But
Your dessert is the only one I've eaten the whole thing of.
well, thank you. And
It was-
Steve,
it was
Steve,
very
That-
good.
What's that about?
Well, he gave me a very small piece of his, the other one, but I didn't finish the cookie. But
There was so much sugar on that it just takes away the flavor of the ginger. And I'm a ginger. So for all the listeners out there who have never seen my face,
you're,
Where to go
I don't know
with
where to
that?
go with
I
that.
have red hair and a red beard. I'm essentially
You're kind of half ginger, because
it's
I have
strawberry
redheads
blonde.
in my family.
Ginger
You're
minge.
not like red.
I'm like very close
You have a little
to
gingerbread in your
looking
beard.
like. Do I?
Actual ginger.
It's the red icing.
I'm. It's still
Yeah,
in there.
still there.
Yeah. I'm very close to looking like Kris Kringle does in Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
I'm
Some water
Mr.
to get-
White Christmas.
Is it gone?
I think it's gone now. So, yes, that is my
my.
tradition and this part. So, who shall we move on to next? Julie?
Do you want me
maybe?
to go,
I want
Teresa?
Teresa to go last.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
tear me
made
apart.
pralines. These are a tradition. Usually my Uncle Buck makes them. No one else has actually ever really tried, because it's
Not John Candy.
You really have an Uncle Buck?
Yes, I literally have an Uncle Buck. His real name is David. Okay.
Buck Henry.
So,
Okay, go ahead.
Uncle Buck's recipe is top secret. No, not really, but it's rather simple ingredients. It's more about the timing and the heating and all that kind of stuff to make sure that they're thick enough. So, I'm gonna show you just mine.
Did you use light brown sugar?
Yes, that's what he requires.
Ancient
So,
Chinese secret.
light brown sugar, white sugar, whipping cream,
These are
pecans,
awesome, Julie.
vanilla, and a half a stick of butter.
Whoa.
I can feel this one in my cavity.
Thank you
Right?
very much.
It makes
So
your
this is-
teeth hurt.
My first
That's a
batch
good one.
did not come out, so I
Did you
made
cook it too long or too short?
too short.
So it was
they were
runny.
runny. So with the first batch, I made praline brownies, which are super gooey, because I'm sure they're not supposed to go in there, but they do taste really good.
No, those are
Yeah,
good.
these are painful. They're so sweet.
That
They're good,
cookie
though.
is that
But
thing is
so I
delicious.
want to give you guys a little bit of history about the praline. So it came to America with the French settlers, and when they came to Louisiana, obviously they brought the recipe, but it changed because of local ingredients. So instead of they used pecans and brown sugar instead of almonds, but I use brown sugar and white sugar, so mixing both, which I think makes it even sweeter. But the legend has it that a French woman who was homesick for her native country decided to try and make the pralines that she remembered from childhood. But since she had to use the brown sugar instead of white and pecans instead of almonds, that's how it became the Southern or New Orleans praline.
Oh.
But yeah,
I
I
love
don't get to have these because we don't visit Louisiana for Christmas. So
You can
I
have
have
them
to.
now. You can
I
make
know,
them,
because
right?
now I can make them, and I'm so proud of myself. I actually text my cousin Becky, who this is Uncle Buck's daughter. I text her a photo this morning. She's like, "I would eat every one of those for breakfast." I was like, "Thank you so much. They must look good."
These are like perfectly made.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really
I
good.
know. I
Good.
told you I
Like-
was gonna win.
They'd be
Well, it's like
packaged up and-
delicate,
Yeah.
but like it's soft, but yeah.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. Like the pecans even are soft because of the heat from
Right.
mixing it, so they're not really hard. So everything just sort of melts in your mouth. They're delicious. I love them.
I do too. I'm
There's-
excited.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of nuts and things usually, but this is like really, really good.
There's a stark difference between something that was completely homemade and the rest of our non-homemade stuff.
Excuse me, mine was homemade.
I'm gonna wipe this table clear with one swift hand motion.
Because the brownies were actually a backup
moved
plan
on
in
here.
case none of the pralines
Right.
worked out. And so I was like, I'm gonna just mix this together. So it's Ghirardelli box brownies
So
with my homemade praline
we could-
mixture.
Yeah, see you. I've got a cookbook that it's like I can't think what it's called, but it's you take cake mixes and then you make them your own with different ingredients.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool.
My own personal tradition is rum cake. And I make the Pioneer Woman's rum cake, Reed
Yeah.
Drummond. It is to die for. It is so freaking good.
I want to learn how to do the rum balls. Somebody, when I used to work at Borders in Massachusetts, there was somebody there used to bring them in every year, and you could smell them
I've
as
got a
soon
good
as she
recipe
came
for
in.
those.
Yeah?
Yeah, we used to make them all the time.
Maybe that'll be my tradition
But
next
then,
year.
Grace got a hold of them one year and ate them all, and she was never the same. She was like 9.
Well, that's the great thing about traditions. You can make new ones each and every year. And that leads us on to our last baked good. Well, technically second to last. I don't think the Krispy Kremes were meant for on air.
No, they weren't. They were just in my car, and I didn't want to eat them all by myself. So
How long have
I
they
had
been
to
in your
share
car?
them?
Now, did you get them because you wanted them or because the box is really pretty? Because
I
it
knew
is a
nothing
great
about
box.
the box until I was driving down 192 and the hot
Wait there.
donut light came on, and I had to go across 3 lanes of traffic in the dark to get there. And so I got a bottle of chocolate milk and had 2 Krispy Kremes on my way home.
It's only just like got off in my head that the hot donut light is a light on Krispy Kremes. I thought it
And
was
not
something
in
on your
her car.
dashboard. Yeah, like, oh, the hot donut light's on. Like every time you get your oil changed is when you
Right,
get
the
some
hot
Krispy
donut
Kreme.
light. You don't have that in your car? It's awesome.
So, Teresa, tell us what you made for us today.
All right. I also got the call last night to make cookies. And I went with the easiest recipe that I have, which is we call it the Christmas Kiss cookie. Some of them look a little deformed because they were still warm. I made them this morning when they went on the tray. So good posing, good presentation. So this is a family favorite. They like them when they first come out of the oven. Everybody's in the kitchen waiting for them to come out. You put the kiss on it, and then they start eating them. So this is one of about 30 things that I make every Christmas.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of
I
stuff.
do more candy than cookies. My stained glass candy.
I was hoping you were going to bring some.
She mentioned that before the
Okay,
show.
I didn't have enough time to make that. I usually make 6 to 8 flavors of that.
Usually you bring some for this show.
Right, we make divinity, peanut brittle, pralines, or
Jeez.
pralines as y'all call them. Several kinds of fudge. My Christmas crack.
Oh, yeah.
You should
Is-
open up a candy store.
I love
Christmas candy store.
Christmas candy. Right, it's just a Christmas time.
Do you go to Costco and buy the 50-pound bag of sugar before you get ready to do this?
No, I just buy it in 10-pound bags until, because I can
Till the
get-
store says stop.
till the store says stop. Yeah. We also make these cookies, and then we do different types of bar cookies. I tried fruitcake one year, and it didn't work for me. So, but we have a lot of.
I almost made these.
Did you?
Yeah.
I kept thinking we didn't talk to each other what we were going to make, and someone else makes these. So this is kind of my go-to. It's easy. Obviously, I didn't make the kiss on top. It's an unwrapped Hershey Kiss. Sorry, that just goes with the cookie. It is a homemade peanut butter cookie.
The cookie's good.
Tastes all very similar to what my mom makes.
Yeah, really easy.
It's
So
very good.
Some of our Christmas traditions, we have several. One that we have within my children and I, we make gingerbread houses, and we usually have competitions.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's not. Sometimes it is about the presentation, Steve.
I wouldn't win then.
But we do that. We have fun with that. We
Do you
also
buy the box kits?
some years we do. If I don't have time, this year it will be a box kit because I don't have time with the cruise. And I don't have time to make it. But other years we do. One year we made a giant. We worked together and made this giant southern plantation house with little outhouses and everything. It was
Oh,
really
wow.
cool. That was awesome.
So do you make the sheets of gingerbread and cut the? Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
This year it'll be box. Though.
This pop at Teresa's house.
That's all I'm thinking right now.
Right.
Is I'm like,
So, but one of our traditions we started in 1984 when my sister and her husband and I moved to the South from Illinois. And when we moved in the fall, and at Christmas time, none of us had jobs yet. We hadn't found employment yet. So there was not a lot of Christmas presents. So my brother-in-law went to Cracker Barrel and bought Goo-Goos. I don't know if you know what a Goo-Goo is. It's like a little chocolate patty with pecans or nuts in it with caramel. And he wrapped them up in brown paper bags, and my sister hand stenciled all over the bags, and we got Goo-Goos. So now every year, even though we are having a more prosperous time now, we still all get Goo-Goos. He started out with peanut Goo-Goos, but now we get pecan or walnut Goo-Goos because, there's a little more money flowing.
Because they are
you say
expensive.
goo
They
goo,
are
it's funnier.
expensive.
Like, it just gets funnier every time you
Say
goo
goo-goo.
goo. Yeah. Like, it's like,
Once again, you're 31. Get over it.
So what gift are you looking forward to this year that's not a goo goo?
What gift am I looking forward
Yeah.
to? I
gift
don't
of
know.
love.
The gift of family?
A gift of family, the gift of extra time in my day. I don't know. Health, wealth,
Fitbit.
Elf on the shelf.
elf on the shelf. But no, we have a lot of. We've already put our Christmas. Everybody got their Christmas tree up.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trees in my house.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We have 4 up so far.
She's a tree hoarder.
The one, our real tree, which we went and got Thanksgiving weekend, has already been undecorated by Earl several times. And he now lives about eye level inside the tree. He's got a little tree house he built. But yeah, I love Christmas.
Has
So do
anyone
I.
ever cut down their own tree? That's
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
my family does that every year. So we actually did it the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Yeah,
we
went out with an axe and you cut it down?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or-
Here at
Wow.
someone's yard in Orlando, or where'd you go?
Saw.
the-
Saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
Not as impressive.
in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and I'm sure New York regions too, there are plenty of tree farms.
Louisiana.
Like Louisiana's
Illinois,
Yes,
we
there
all
are
have them
plenty.
except here.
not Florida.
Florida doesn't.
which, but all the trees down here are crap anyway, so it wouldn't make any difference. But you go to your big tree farm and you tag your tree
Yep.
way early, and then like we had the same tradition on Black Friday. We would, my mom and sister would be out shopping, and my dad and I would go cut down the tree, and then once they were done shopping, they would come home and decorate the tree.
There it was.
That's really
And,
cool.
Yeah,
We didn't go to a tree farm. With my
Just went to
with
the
my dad,
woods.
we did. With my mom, we went to the woods.
Yeah, we did
We
too.
found the tree.
We did too. And one year, I remember my dad was
Totally
off
like
duck
Christmas
hunting.
that's
vacation.
awesome. That's awesome.
My dad was off, and we wanted to get the tree that day, and he was off duck hunting or doing some dad stuff. And my mom and I decided we were going to go get the tree. So we lived on this big hilly area, and we went out with our little saw and we cut the tree down, not realizing that it was on a hill, and so it wasn't a straight tree. It looked straight until you got it in the house. And we got wonderful pictures of it. It's like this, leaning sideways.
But Rhino, there's a reason you don't use an axe unless it's a gigantic tree because it hacks the bottom of the tree to death. You
That's
need
what
a
I was
nice
thinking.
smooth
Yeah.
cut.
I want to do that. I mean, that'll be my goal, to create that, like, whenever.
We've got a fir
house,
tree in our backyard
all
if
that
you want to cut it down.
A Douglas fir?
I don't know what the heck it is.
okay.
It's
I want to do
pretty.
one of those saws, though, where it's somebody on the
Right?
other side and you...
Little Walton's action there.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That's a gif. What's everyone asking for Santa this year?
I can't tell you,
No? Okay.
Why not?
Fantastic.
because then everybody knows.
It's not like making a wish.
I would mail the letter. I would never tell my parents.
Did you always get what you wanted?
No.
Well.
I did sometimes. I did one year. I wrote the letter on Christmas Eve, and the next day there was a talk boy under that tree. Santa.
A what boy?
Talk
Boy from Home Alone 2.
Oh.
That was
Lost in
one of
New
the
York.
best Christmas presents.
What's your favorite Christmas gift you've ever gotten? As a child. Let's go
don't
stay
know.
with the child.
Ghostbusters Proton Pack or that Talk Boy. It's really good. I should probably think of something more sentimental, but I'm a terrible person.
No, mine is an easy bake oven. It was yellow. And then one year, my brother and I got matching Batman utility belts with the little repelling thing.
Oh,
and-
that's so
Yeah, it
cool.
was cool.
Um,
Almost hung him in a tree. It was an
my
accident.
Cabbage Patch for sure. Darlene was her name. And my first piece of jewelry was a ruby birthstone ring. I was 6 years old. I had been wanting that ring for I don't even know how long. I
When
still
you were
have
6. Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, wait. Mine was my golden retriever, Shelby. I'm sorry. I forgot that she was a Christmas present one year. It was one of those, you came downstairs and this golden retriever puppy, my dog Jake had died earlier that year, my childhood dog. So I was in 6th grade and I came downstairs in the morning and I'm looking at the fireplace and all of a sudden this thing came running up behind me and I was like, there's an animal in the house. There's an animal, thinking I'm 12, oh dear God. There's a skunk in the house. Yeah, something and I
Animal
turned
in the
around
house.
and it was this little golden retriever and she was a puppy and she had a giant red bow on it.
Uh,
She was my best friend.
Tiny Tim, what'd you want when you were a kid at
Me?
Christmas?
Why Tiny
Back in
Tim?
Scrooge Land, what was...
I feel like I should think of something that's really sentimental, but the two things that come to mind are I remember getting a PlayStation 2 and being really excited about that, and then one year I got a bike as well, and that completely took me by surprise, and I'll never forget that year. It was nice. So,
that's
That's nice.
sweet.
Yeah.
what about you, Craig? What's
I don't.
Oh, Steve here? No.
I
He's
yeah.
saving the best of last?
So I don't have a great memory. So I feel bad that my parents gave me so many nice Christmases and I can't remember them all. I know we had a videotape of one year, I believe it was for Christmas, where we were opening up all our presents and my sister got like a Peter Pan and Wendy doll, and it was for her, but I started freaking out. From my memory, as much as that serves me well. And then one bad year, I was sick on Christmas, and I got the VHS tape of Batman and Robin.
Ooh.
And so my mom and sister went to Ohio to visit family, and my dad and I stayed at home all day. And while I was sick and
Watching
watched
Batman?
it.
Watch
and,
that
yeah,
George Clooney gem.
Yeah. So if only I could go back and change that movie, the memory would be even fonder, but it is what it is. So yeah, those are
Jake?
like the only two I remember.
My two
cool.
favorite, I got a Great Adventures castle set. It was like castles and pirates, and you like fought the knights and the pirates. And then
I don't know
other
what Great
one was-
Adventures is.
Oh, it was like a toy series.
Okay.
Like,
I think Max had that.
it was so fun.
It,
But-
it had like little knights and little people.
like,
and,
there were
yeah.
little
Was there a little drawbridge?
Yeah,
Yeah. I had fun playing with that too.
So that, and then also one year I just got like a bunch of Beanie Babies, and I loved Beanie Babies. So
Aww.
I
My
just had
brother-in-law
this-
Travis loved Beanie Babies. He has a whole collection that Anna hates.
I have a whole collection that's
I
up
just
in the
have
attic
this
somewhere.
image of you, like with a Christmas tree behind you, going like this, and Beanie Babies are just being
Babies raining
showered
down.
on you, and you're just
Oh, wait.
rolling around in them.
We got go-karts one year. Well, just
my
one
gosh.
go-kart.
Wow.
Just one go-kart. But the downside to the go-kart was that they bought us helmets to wear, okay? Which are fine. I mean, understand the safety aspect
Yes.
of it. But they were gigantic, like
Probably would have fit my
So you
head.
had this little,
Like Spaceballs,
skinny body.
the big white helmets that they wore, except they were red.
That's embarrassing.
So they ride around on our go-kart with these big giant red helmets.
little
Like, you
body
thought you were
sticking
really
out the
cool.
bottom.
They're like, oh, you think you're cool because you have this go-kart, but just
Oh,
you
yeah,
wait.
we would try to get away with not wearing them. Oh, man.
Did anyone ever get a Power Wheels for Christmas? Did you ever get one of those?
Oh, I've seen that.
I
Yeah.
had a
I've-
Jeep once that a double-seater. That was cool.
Wow.
Arm out. Hey, you want to ride? And then I had a motorcycle one, too. Those things are awesome, except for the battery in the original series of those. The batteries lasted, like, for a month, and then you could never use them again. But
I know in 1968 or 69, I got a banana seat, metallic
Ooh.
purple, big wing bicycle with the flowers on the seat and a little basket. That was awesome. And it was snow. It was a real bad winter, and I couldn't ride my bike outside till spring.
Oh, man.
So I was just like in the basement going back and forth.
I actually like buying gifts. I mean, like
Oh,
people always
yeah.
say, "What do you want? What do you want?" And I'm like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
give me a Barnes and Noble gift card. Go buy myself some books. Like,
Eli's like that. He's
just-
always, he loves
I don't get
gift
me wrong.
cards.
Like, I do like to get
Don't
gifts.
like to
but
give gift
I
cards.
love giving an actual gift.
They don't look
Yeah.
pretty under the tree.
No.
This year, Kylie and I aren't buying presents for each other. We're sponsoring families and buying
Yeah.
gifts for them. Just,
We do
don't
with
need
the- we usually
anything.
do
We
the
did
angel
that. One
tree.
year we bought a cow for some family.
A cow?
Sorry, what?
Like to
it's like-
eat?
No, it's like we got this catalog in the mail, and you could buy livestock for someone in a different country to help them.
You guys grew up in a different place than I did.
And you could pick a pig or a cow or something for them to help them survive.
That just baffles my mind.
Why?
I've never heard of anyone giving the gift of a cow for
I
Christmas.
kind of feel like
it's
this
not
is
like-
the
This Christmas,
No,
give
this-
the gift of cow.
I feel like this is the whole like you can buy like a square foot of the moon and you own it. Like it doesn't really exist. Like you just bought a
about
Hey,
cow.
I saw pictures of that cow, so we're
The
good.
good thing about nowadays
On
is like
plates
everywhere you
and-
go, it's like, would you like to donate a toy? Would you like to donate this or
Yeah.
that? Like at PetSmart, for $5, you can buy a little stuffed animal, and
The
it
bears,
goes
yeah.
to a family. I usually pick the cat, but
I like me some bears.
and then also like the dollar store, any place like that. They're like, would you
Yeah.
like to? They have like a basket at the end of the register. Would
Yeah.
you like to buy a toy for a needy child? I'm like, sure.
Yeah, I like to do it. Like it's not a lot of money. You can go to like even the dollar section in the front of the store, or like it's stupid, but I always do sets of Play-Doh because my nephews love
Yeah.
Play-Doh so much, and Play-Doh is like one of those things that you don't really think of, and it's not that it's inexpensive. It's not expensive either. It's a little more than you think it is sometimes, but I always like to buy like a big set and just like drop it in because when I think back, like when I was a kid, I played with that stuff like crazy, and I don't know. It's not. You just think to yourself, Craig words it like this: you just don't go out to eat one night a week, and that's the gift that you just gave somebody else. And you change their life versus getting that Chipotle
Buy
pain
the
on your
Publix
tummy.
bag.
You just said that while we were sitting here?
No, I didn't say it. Well,
No,
we
he
were
says
sitting
it
said
to
here,
me.
what?
but-
I missed that.
He'll be like, "Oh, you could get that DVD," and he's like, "Just don't go out to dinner." And I always think about it in terms of that now.
I mean,
Do
I
you-
still suggest he eats, just not out.
Just at
yeah,
home.
just not
Yeah.
paying for the food.
Does your Publix do like the pre-made bags for
Right,
families?
yeah.
I always buy those.
Yeah, I do
Oh, that's
too.
cool. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not every Publix, but usually like right towards the register, it'll be a paper bag filled with everything they need for
Yeah.
like a holiday meal.
Oh wow.
That's
I
awesome.
probably
That's
told
cool.
this story before, but one Christmas, my brother was living alone in the country in Georgia, and his neighbors didn't think he had family because we never went to visit him. He always came to us. We never went to his house. One Christmas morning, he woke up and he had a Christmas tree on his front porch, fully decorated with presents under
I'm
it
gonna
for
start
him.
crying. Don't.
And he never knew who it was from. He just assumed it was one of the neighbors that thought he was just a dude living alone in the country. Isn't that
Start
wild?
crying. I can't deal with it.
Well, let's loop this right back in around to Disney. A lot of people
Sorry.
choose to spend the holidays at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, other places, which
Laugh, crying.
I guess I understand why they choose to. But yes, the theme parks are very popular during the holidays. So I'm going to pose this question to everyone off the top of your heads. Let's say you're here on Christmas Day at Walt Disney World Resort.
Okay.
You have to choose one restaurant to have your Christmas dinner at, or Christmas Eve, if that's what you do. Where would you go for your one Christmas dinner or Christmas Eve dinner?
Jeez, that is a
I'm
tough question.
going to go first before somebody else takes it. I quite like, and it's new for this year, what they're doing over at Epcot. They've got, and does this count because it's not necessarily a restaurant?
Holidays around the world?
Yes.
Yes, that would count. Yeah.
So, like the Food and Wine Festival, they've got different stalls out, not as many, but for the holidays at Epcot, they've got these stalls out that are serving like traditional holiday food from that, region of the world. So, the other day I went and had an American Christmas dinner over at the, what's it called? It's the American
Holiday
Christmas
table.
Holiday table. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's
It's
called
a
Holiday
Thanksgiving
Table.
dinner.
Yeah.
It's
Got your photo.
Well, see, this is my argument. I say turkeys for Thanksgiving. Someone jumps down my neck and says, "No, it's not. It can be for Christmas too." So
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing you got was
Totally.
like turkey, mashed potatoes, and like it was like stereotypical Thanksgiving or whatever.
But just as good at Christmas, too.
exactly, and in England, that's a Christmas dinner.
I was
What
gonna
you
say,
think is
we
like
usually-
Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
Do you
yeah,
have goose?
Hmm?
Do you have goose or turkey at home?
in England,
Yeah.
traditionally it's turkey, but my mum hates cooking turkey, so she always used to just do chicken.
It's just a little chicken, Ollie.
You were right. What was that?
Turkey.
Did you have to go find the biggest one in the window? The one that's twice the size of you?
Carry it
I
home on your shoulder.
used to lean out the windows. Oliver, yes, go and buy the biggest turkey you can find. Oh boy.
Well, what day is it? Well, I haven't missed it.
That was on the other night. Gosh, that rings in the holiday for me.
Christmas Carol?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So holidays around the world, though, that's just
Yeah.
one of them. I believe that vlog is already live at this point. I have one that I don't know if it's live or not at this point from Prost in Germany, their little holiday setup. So it includes Sauerbraten, my favorite German dish, as well as a cheese plate, which wasn't very German at all. And then Stollen, which is a German fruitcake. And so I had a little bit of that, and it was very interesting. So that's one of the options. Rhino, myself, and Kathy. Mm-hmm. We went to Seasonal Southern Delights, one of the booths there, and we had Hoppin' John. Bet Julie's had that before.
I make it. I love that.
I don't
well.
think you would have enjoyed
You
this
would
one
not
as
have
much.
liked
It was good, but not like authentic, I don't think.
No,
But the
has to be
catfish was real
spicy.
good.
it definitely was not spicy at all.
Yeah.
Bland would be a good way to describe it.
Opposite
But
Tabasco.
yeah,
Tabasco.
well, Tabasco would have made it
I
great.
said that like Rhino. Tabasco.
Tabasco.
And then we also had blackened catfish with it, which was
Anything blackened is good.
and it was served
I love
on
catfish.
cheese grits, and it
grits.
had
they actually made it southern.
yeah,
Wow.
and a chocolate pecan tart for dessert
Oh,
with
that
it
thing
too,
was real
which
good,
was
too.
Wow, this sounds good.
amazing. Well, and So then we had one other thing. We had at the Alpine House, we had cheese fondue, and it was made with Swiss and Gruyere because this was kind of like the Austrian joint. They also had duck confit there, but we didn't get that. And then we had some Zuckertorte. It's an Austrian Viennese cake, and that's what we did there. But they
favorite thing.
Oh, and then the eggnog, eggnog porter.
Yeah, it's a thing, and I have gone to find this afterwards. I don't think you can. I asked my friend who works at Total Wine. I went myself. It's Shipyard is making. I think it's called Santa's Helper, and it's an eggnog, like you said, porter, and a white porter.
A white porter,
yeah,
yeah.
and it is so. You would think like eggnog and beer. That sounds really weird together, or it would be very dark and creamy. But it's not. It's light. It reminds me of the Pumpkinhead in that same aspect, but it is. It is so good, and I cannot find it in a store anywhere. I think it's. I don't want to say exclusive to Disney World. But
I haven't been to Sea Dog yet to see if it's there,
Yeah.
but it is the most Christmas beer I've ever had.
Yeah.
And if you are in a specific tier of Patreon, then you got to see an exclusive vlog that no one else will ever get to see of us trying it. But yeah, for all the kiosks, instead of doing the food and wine portions like normal, they've changed it so it's all full-size portions. And all the dishes are like $10 and $11 up from there. So like the duck confit, that was $13. But it is a full portion. Corey would probably be full for the first time in his life going around getting food from these places.
I was going to say, not just from the duck confit. He'd eat more than that.
No. He would stop at like 4 booths and he'd finally be full. And then there was a Three Kings one too that had some Mexican dishes that I haven't gotten to try out yet, but it is incredible this year. I would almost make that a must eat as a Christmas Day dinner or Christmas Eve dinner if I was at Walt Disney World on Christmas. But I think I would probably go to Artist Point if I was here for that. Something about Wilderness Lodge at Christmas with the giant tree and the decorations everywhere. It's already it has that
too.
Yeah, it just has that.
So not for the food, you're going for the atmosphere.
Well, you start with the atmosphere, but then the food too, since it's all very heavy on, they have the salmon that they're famous for there, but they always have some sort of weird type of steak that's not just cow steak. Might be like
Goose.
any weird
want goose.
any weird
An
type
elk?
of game. Yeah, like elk.
A reindeer steak?
Yeah, I've never had a reindeer steak. That would be a little too morbid, but it has that wilderness that I think of like Christmas as you're stranded out in the wilderness,
Rustic
snowed
and-
in. Yeah. And
Gotta
so
eat
that's
a bison
why.
burger.
Yeah, that's the one. They had it was called the 3 Bs, and it was bison served 3 different ways.
Oh.
And that was the last time I ate there. It was so good. So that's where I would probably go if I had to spend my Disney World at Christmas. What about
My Christmas
Your
at
Christmas
Disney
at Disney
my
World is what
Christmas
you
at
meant.
Disney World? My Disney World
Spend my
at
Disney
Christmas.
World at Christmas.
That's what I did say.
I wasn't expecting this question, but what just came to my head when you said it was, I feel like Hoop-Dee-Doo might do like, I don't know if they do.
They do.
But
They
I
do.
wonder if
Craig
they do
told
like
me
a
about it.
cool Christmas rendition. They
I
do?
would go with you there. That's what we
Oh,
could do
cool.
for Christmas together.
They do. Instead of doing a lot of the normal, they still do their regular show, but like in the intermission part where you're actually eating, they have the banjo and the piano player. They'll be playing Christmas music.
Are they already doing that, or is it just for Christmas Day?
No, they do that all through the holiday season.
cool.
So
But still the
sometimes
same
starting in
food, right?
November.
Or do
Same
they-
food, yeah.
But they
So-
have that whole show in that area has that whole kind of family vibe to it too.
Yeah.
You know, you're there with everyone. You're at the tables. They're serving you family style. All that.
You can
stuff.
take a sleigh ride while you're there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be on board with that one.
So,
Cool.
Teresa, anything come to mind for you? Little. Putting down
I
the
have
spot?
never not eaten at home on Christmas Day.
Yeah, but
So I don't know. The first thing that came to my mind was Liberty Tree Tavern.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Classic.
Yeah.
You know, here we are in America celebrating Christmas. I don't know.
Why are you looking at me?
No way.
Looking
I'm
around.
just looking through the. Okay, let me look over here.
Hello.
Trying to include you, Oliver.
It was kind of like, yeah, we're just in America celebrating.
You have some sort of issue over there, dude. Okay, I don't know. I like what you and Oliver are talking about. That sounds like an awesome idea.
I agree.
Do you mean you and
really
Steve?
holidays around the
No,
world.
you brought it up.
Jeez Louise.
Sorry.
I'm trying to include you
Sorry.
over there in your own little world. It's separate from the colonies over here. I don't know.
Okay.
I can't fathom not being at home at Christmas.
I know. You're getting kind of emotional
I am.
even saying the
It's
words.
just, I go to other family members' house. I'll go to my sister's or my parents. But I don't know. I can't imagine going out and eat. It's like Thanksgiving.
We've done a Christmas Eve out. Especially
Yeah, no,
when I
we'll
was
do that.
pregnant those 2 Christmases in a row.
Right.
What would you do at Walt Disney World Christmas Day dinner?
I really don't have an extensive Walt Disney World palette. I don't know. I love France at Epcot.
I think that would make
And
a good dinner.
I have not been to Monsieur Paul. I ate at the restaurant that it was before. But that would probably be my choice just because I really like it up there. It's so pretty
Yeah.
and
You'd have a nice view out, especially if you time it with the
Yeah.
holiday version of Illuminations. Right
but
at the
probably
end.
like with my children because they are a little pickier. Like I don't know what they would eat on that menu besides bread and cheese, which would be fine with me. Because of Corey, I like to do something maybe just not too crazy. I mean, crazier, but not too crazy for the kids. So like Yachtsman, like we all like eating there. We
Yeah.
can always find something for them too.
That's good. I like all those places. Yeah. Hey, it's you make Christmas your own. We all have different traditions.
I love France, so
She wears her beret when she goes there often.
Tim
my
Allen.
name on it.
Tim Allen likes Denny's on Christmas Eve, and
Because he burned that turkey.
he
The
did.
turkey he was cooking on Christmas Eve.
Of course, the family from A Christmas Story would choose probably China. They would choose 9 Dragons.
Oh, I see where you're going with this.
So
What would the
I
McAllisters?
haven't seen it.
McAllisters.
I have seen it once, and I don't like it.
Oh,
so.
Kelvin didn't like it either.
McAllisters. The McAllisters.
the McAllisters.
They would
They
eat
got
at Pizza
pizza.
Hut.
They got pizza. See, so everyone does something different.
Yeah.
And that's the best part about
Dang,
the
I want
holidays
pizza.
is you get to make your own traditions. You do it different ways. Doesn't matter where you are. There's just like no place like home.
For
are
the
a whole
holidays,
So-
you can't beat home, sweet home.
Yes.
We're going to sing you out on this episode.
No, so I thank you guys for making all these treats. I am like in a sugar.
I have a little bit of a
What's
headache.
going on? Yeah, I thought I was going to be doing better.
right now, right here. I got a cavity. I got to go get checked out.
But I
That'll
hope,
be the praline.
anyone who wants to share their recipes, we'll have them in the show notes, so that way you can find
Whole
out how to
Foods.
make it on your own. Steve, I don't think anyone could recreate your dish if they would try over and
Christmas
over.
miracle.
Do the red left to right and the green north and
Just
south.
see where the emotion takes you as you decorate.
Right?
So, yes, guys, thank you so much. That's going to do it for this episode of the Diz Unplugged. We actually will be back with you next week for our last live show of the year, actually, I should say. And then the following week after, we will be broadcasting our final show of the year that we shot on the Royal Caribbean Oasis of the Seas cruise. So we will see you very soon. But until then, please, we hope you all have a happy holiday season. Bye.